Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Kev Play. This is Kevin, and we are on part two of our playthrough of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 plus 2. We're still on Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1. As you can see, my progress is 59%, so we're a little over uh, halfway done. Um, yeah, 5 out of 9 parks complete, and 1 out of 3 gold medals earned. I guess we'll jump right back in. Okay, so we unlocked well up to here, but this is the last one we did. Let me just make sure I have all my stats. Okay, I do have all stats so far. All right, downhill jam. This level, I used to love this level back in the day because I liked how it's designed almost like because when this game came out, Cool Borders was a thing also, and I never actually owned Cool Borders, but it was a game I really loved to play whenever I was at like a cousin's house or a friend's house or whatever. And I loved the racing, trying to just get down to the bottom, um, type of gameplay. And obviously this isn't a race, but I like how it's designed like kind of like you're like it really made you feel like you're on a mountain and you're going down, and there's kind of a thrill to kind of like maybe maintaining your combo all the way down from the top to the bottom and so on, and especially playing multiplayer was fun. Hey Pelpa Entertainment, how are you? We're back at it. Usually the way to go about this, um, well, the way the original PS1 version of this level would work is once you get to the bottom, the level would end. Oops. The level would end if you actually like went past like the finish line. This version just restarts you at the top of the level if you make it to the bottom. I'm so glad that they put all those barrels and boxes there, just like the PS1 version. Obviously, the PS4 is capable of that feature, but I always loved how it was available. I mean, it was something that existed in the PS1 version. Usually, I don't know what I'm doing. You know what? I'm gonna bail on this part. Did you see Tom Holland, Nathan Drake? Oh yeah, I did. Very interesting. I honestly, I'm going to watch this movie. I don't know how it's gonna premiere because I'm guessing theaters are still, under quarantine rules and all that. But this is a movie. I'm not exactly dying to see it because I don't even know if it's gonna be good. Because I'm still of the mind that the game. God, no. I'm still of the mind that like the franchise of the games are like their own thing, and they almost kind of exceed my expectations of what any other medium can do with that story. But I'm gonna watch it anyway because it's. I mean, I heard Mark Wahlberg is like playing like young Sully. That would be amazing if Nolan North was like some like waiter or something. But yeah, I think that's cool. I can't wait to see how that. And apparently, filming has already wrapped, so they're already done filming. It's all in the can. So that's cool. All right, at least I got Skate out of the way. Okay, we got some step, one step point. All right, give it to my air. As long as the movie can capture that thrill and not just like oh, just like being like a bunch of explosions and stuff. Like it has to really like make me feel that same. If it can make me feel that same magic I feel when I play Uncharted, then I think it did its job. Let me go get the stat point. Might as well go for the high score challenges. Oh. Or not. Maybe I'll get that secret tape out of the way. There we go. Yeah, I don't want to just be like, oh, this is our idea of what an Uncharted movie would be like, and it's just like Tom Holland just swinging and climbing and not really, like capturing that chemistry between the characters and all. I mean, I hope everything just works. It's one of those things that you just have to hope everything fires on all cylinders. There's also a Last of Us HBO television series in the works, which I think Neil Druckmann is actually a consultant on. I don't know how that's gonna turn out, but I do have faith in it being an HBO show. And again, I don't know how necessary it is for there to be a movie version of a game that's kind of just meant to be a game, like a very really great, well done story through the lens of a game or whatever. But oh, I didn't do anything. I got a stat point though. As long as I can get some stat points. As long as I did something by the time these 2 minutes are up, I'm satisfied. Wait, I have another one. There we are. Retry. It's also, as of right now, it's the launch of the PS5 today. I do not have one, and I do not plan to get one anytime soon. Obviously, it's not even up to me, like, because the PS5 is completely sold out anyway. But I don't really have a reason to get it right away to begin with, and plus, not that I would, not that I like expect any gifts or whatever for like Christmas. I'm kind of, I'm not really the type of person who likes, goes around asking for stuff at my age. But if for whatever, in some possible way that a family member was to give me it as a surprise, I wouldn't want to like ruin the surprise by like selfishly just buying it on my own. You know what I mean? So if I don't get anything by the time this year, if there's like no surprise gift or whatever, then I'm just gonna get it on my own. I keep messing this up. Let me get the stat point. I might as well just go for high score. That's the thing about these holiday releases for consoles, is that I'd rather, honestly, if it was up to me, I would have just bought it on my own. But it's like I don't want to waste other people's money if they felt, because they know that I play games, so I don't want to disappoint them if that's the case. But at the same time, I don't need gifts from anybody. But it's always nice. It's always nice. I gotta admit, it's always nice. Alright, I got the pro score at least. Alright, we're going at a snail's pace here, but we're getting things done at least. Alright. You know what? I'm gonna go for those valves. Set off all the water valves here. Got you. Hopefully try to get that secret tape, which is the hardest, pretty hard to get in this level, but not that hard if you know what you're doing. Okay. I heard from a lot of reviewers, and like, you know, obviously they love the PS5 from what, you know, both the PS5 and Xbox Series X have gotten like great reviews. Um, but from what I've heard, the controller, the DualSense, is supposed to be like really like from what a lot of reviewers were saying is that it's really what like makes it stand apart from like like it really like proves that this is a next gen console. Like the controller seems to prove that it's doing a lot of innovative things. Uh, and it's almost like PlayStation VR. You need to like the only way you can truly understand what it's capable of is if you actually try it on your own. You can't really be told why it's great. That's why I've been reading and listening from some reviewers and stuff like that. So I'm excited about that. Okay, how am I doing? Got the valves. Get that 6 score. There we go, 6 score. Open 5 valves. Get the secret tape. All right, we're making progress. We're making progress. Once you get to these later levels, it definitely takes a you know an increasingly uh an increasing number of runs to get everything because it's kind of hard to get it all in one shot. All right, what we got? Collect 5 hard hats. Madonna, the huge water hazard gap. Airwalk, the hydrophobic gap. Okay. Alright, Madonna, I gotta remember what that is. Okay. And I heard, like, I'm not really interested in Astro's Playroom, but I heard playing Astro's Playroom is supposed to be a really great tech demo, in terms of what the PS5 can do, and, like, what the DualSense controller can do. So I'm excited to see. Like, I'm almost kind of interested to play that just to get a real. Because they say like if you play that game, you'll get a real feeling of what like, of what it's capable of. There's a lot of cool, yeah. There's a lot of cool platformers for the PS5 right off the bat, like Sackboy's Big Adventure, um, Astro's Playroom. Oh, I keep messing this up. And it's nice that the Sackboy game is it's more platformer focused than like create kind of like creator focused. How Little Big Planet used to be. I always felt like even like those like the little like campaign story mode that you would play for Little Big Planet was always kind of secondary to the whole created like the creation tools and all that. So I like that they're is there a hard hat up here? No, there is not. Good. Where's this other hard hat? Ooh. Oh, here it is. Beautiful. Let's try to get that hydrophobic gap. I think it's an airwalk. Oh yeah, Miles Morales seems to be a big one for a lot of people. Thing is, like, I still have not played Spider-Man, and I don't know. I know it's a great game, but I'm just I'm not real like I don't know. I haven't really been like in the superhero genre like a big buff about it in a long time. I don't know what it is with me, but I should. I probably just should at this point because right now this is like the perfect time to play like the backlog. I still haven't played Ghost of Tsushima either, which is supposed to be great. Yeah, I should probably just enjoy it on its own terms. Okay, so we're gonna Madonna. What's Madonna? Gotta learn my Madonna here. Okay. It's upright circle. I gotta get special. Get this. I basically have to make this jump over this water hazard right here. Ugh. There we go. And now we got what's the last one? Airwalk the hydrophobic gap. Because plus I am a big Insomniac fan. Even though like I also have to get into Ratchet and Clank, which honestly that's another great kind of like platformer action platformer that's going to be available right off the bat. Actually, Rift Apart is probably going to be like one of the coolest displays of like what the PS5 can do in terms of like instant loading and like traveling to completely different worlds and in like a split second. I should just get the 2016 or was it 2016 or what? I forget the Ratchet and Clank remake for PS4. Maybe I should get that. That's another game I guess I should there we go. Let's see if I can combo all the way to the bottom of this level before this as my finale to this level here. Oh, I already screwed it up. That's right, the trilogy on PS3. I only played the Jak and Daxter trilogy, like the HD collection on PS3. The only Ratchet and Clank game I own is Ratchet and Clank All for One, which is kind of like a multiplayer. Like you can play it single player on your own, but you can also have like people join you, like as a co-op thing, which is a cool like party game, I guess. But I heard that game is kind of watered down compared to like the actual Ratchet and Clank, like the mainline Ratchet and Clank games. Okay, we completed Downhill Jam. Now we have another competition level at Burnside, Portland. Right, yeah, I heard that. And maybe that's why I haven't really got drawn, because that really was like one of the first PS3 games I actually owned. Was that game? And I remember, like, I did used to play Ratchet and Clank. I like I played like the demo. There was like a demo disc that I had that had like one of like the good Ratchet and Clank games. Uh, so I don't think I ever really gave it a fair shake. All right, competition rules: skaters get 3 heats. Best 2 heats count. Bails deduct points. Same as in Chicago skate park. This level is cool because it takes place underneath a bridge. Uh, and I like what Vicarious Visions did with this, since it's underneath a bridge, they made it so that it's raining out, but we're pretty much completely dry because we're underneath the bridge. It gives the level new kind of a new atmosphere that it didn't exactly have in the PS1 version. It's a very small level, but I like it. Sometimes I like the smaller levels more than the bigger levels because it's just more. It feels more focused with your combos. You can just focus on one or two lines that usually will help you. I should probably just end this because I probably have a 99.9 score. There we go. That was another trophy for this game, is that you had to get 99.9 as kind of like a like all across the board or whatever for one of the medals or whatever, and which is pretty easy if you know what you're doing. Next heat. Another thing, for those who might not be aware, uh, what Vicarious Visions did with this remake, they made it so that uh, you could play with the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 controls, which were like within like the fan community and like critics. It's basically when the controls of Tony Hawk were uh, at their peak, and like you can do certain moves like the wall plant, um, the spine transfer, which is going like this or this. Well, that's a hip transfer, but same thing. But you get what I'm saying. And but they give you the like so basically they add more to your combo, which and you basically so, basically what you couldn't do in Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 or 2 because Pro Skater 2 introduced manuals. So like right now I couldn't manual in Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1, but they allow me to have that move set because that's basically like what Tony Hawk fans come to have loved about the series, and that's the controls that are pretty much the most beloved. You still have the option though to turn it off so that you can play with Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1's move sets and controls, and or Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2's moveset and controls. Which is something, like as someone who's played these games to death, I've already done that. So I just love that they have it so that I can just play the more fun way, which is having all your abilities basically. Yeah, I mean, speaking of Spider-Man, like this basically was like the first Spider-Man game for me in terms of like making you feel like you're like in control of the city and or the level, and you're just going flying around the place, and but you're on a board. All right, so we got this gold. I think I could just end competition, and we get the gold because the best two heats count. All right. Is this the next one? I mean, this is a great way to get into the series. This particular remake, I'd say. And like right now, it's a little dead because you can't hear any music. I actually turned the music off too, just so I can like hear myself better. But like the music is like it makes the game so much more. It pumps you up, and like it just makes the game feel so much more complete. All right, yeah, I guess we will go to streets. Streets, San Francisco, or Philly. I forget. No, it's San Francisco. I'm pretty much on track to platinuming this game. I'm all like I think I'm like level 89. I went from level 80 to 89 like within like a couple of days of playing just from all the new challenges they patched in for us to do. So and I still have a lot to do that is doable, and I feel like I'll, in due time I'm gonna be at level 100 without having to do like a serious grinding in order to get there. I have a DS. Any good Tony Hawk games on there? Hmm. I never owned a DS, and I'm not aware of exactly what came out for it. But if Tony Hawk's Underground Remix is a thing, or I think it's Underground 2 Remix, that's supposed to be a really good game because I know that was on PSP, and it is a third-party game, so I would assume that Nintendo had the same thing. Okay, we got 5 police cars to wreck. But I would Google Tony Hawk Underground 2 Remix. I think that's what it's called. And that's supposed to be a good game. I don't know if DS has that though, but I would look into that definitely. Okay, what am I doing? Let's go for those cop cars. Collect the stat point. I always wanted to own a PSP, but I guess at this point it's kind of too late. Especially since there's also the PS Vita, which I have never owned, which I'd probably be better off getting that. I don't know if it's backwards compatible with PSP games though. Um, but that's something that I feel I would really enjoy, like if I was like traveling and I had that at my disposal. Do you know if it's backwards compatible with PSP games? Because there's so many cool games. I would get like Uncharted Golden Abyss. I would get. There was like a Killzone game for. I think it's like Killzone Liberation. I think Resistance was also on PSP or PS Vita. SOCOM was a cool, like, was actual like uh handheld game also. Digitally, okay. Well, at this point, since I kind of skipped out on that whole generation of handhelds, I probably wouldn't be so beaten up if I had to download things instead of actually owning them physically. Usually, I'm pretty, like I'm completely pro physical. Like all my games I own are physical. Uh, all right, I only got the cars. All right, let's try it again. Not yet. Oh, I did get stat points. That's good. 5. Yeah, the last handheld I actually owned was a Game Boy Color. I didn't even have a Game Boy Advance or anything. Alright, we're gonna go for the high scores. Goals. Try to get these. Life preservers? Life preservers is a new goal. I'm not exactly sure why they're I guess because it's San Francisco and we're near the water. Okay. Try to get those skate ladders too. That hurt. Alright, what am I doing? I feel lost. Oop. Where's the T? Oh, I think I know where the T is. Ah! The train will run you over if you're not careful. Alright, I got the high scores out of the way at least. Okay. So I'm almost on my way to maxing out. Almost. On my stats. Okay. Let's try this again. Let's try to get those skate ladders. Ah, oh. Oh, come on. Okay. Let's start this way. This level is actually the because Tony Hawk Tony Hawk levels were actually remastered from PS1 to PS2 back when the PS2 games were being made. Every game kind of had a handful of like remastered levels that would be on the for like Tony Hawk's Underground, Underground 2, American Wasteland. This is the only level that actually never got a remaster, like they just never went back to. So this is the first remastered level of this level, which I guess is something only I can really appreciate. But it's pretty cool to see this level in full in its full remastered glory, I guess. Here's the T. Ooh. Oh, come on. Tell me I got all of them soon. There we go. Alright, we're making progress. We're almost done with the first game here. Let's see if I can beat it before this episode ends. Alright, I'm gonna go... What am I doing? Is there anything in here? Nothing. I'm gonna get the secret tape, which is pretty fun to get because it's like... It's basically going on top of the level. With a cool little shortcut, not shortcut, but like secret area and how to get there. Basically I have to go this way. Make your way up. Look at that view. Alright. And then we got our secret tape right. And I missed it, of course. Let's try it again, because I might as well. There is one challenge that kind of gave me a lot of trouble in this one. I had to like do a specific grind on that fountain, but it's really strange how it works. So we'll see what happens once I attempt it. It's a new challenge that never existed in the original game, so we'll see. Come on. There we are. Secret tape. I don't know where all these life preservers are. Let's try to find them. There's one here. Damn it. I love the ragdoll physics of like random objects in this game. You could pretty much like push like a mailbox all the way down the street, and I like how it's one of those. This is one of those games where like if you like hit like a garbage can or something, it's not going to disappear after you hit it. That used to be a thing with like old PS1 games, PS2 games. That once you hit like a destructible object, the destructible object would just disappear because I guess like memory issues or whatever. It was just easier to kind of just disappear it and just like suspension of disbelief that it just got destroyed or whatever. But I like how every object that you can knock over in this game stays knocked over, and you can literally like it can literally just end up on the other side of the level, especially even online with 8 players. This game, the remake. Here's the thing. This is a very great remake of the first 2 games. There's still, surprisingly, because back in the PS2 era, which I think, like honestly, my favorite Tony Hawk is probably like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 or Tony Hawk's Underground. Those are my 2 favorite. But at the same time, the first 2, all the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games I love, except for Pro Skater 5, which is, not, it doesn't even count as, it's not even a Pro Skater 5. They just slapped that name on the game just to like sell copies. But this is a very good game, but what I love about like Tony Hawk Pro Skater, the later Tony Hawk Pro Skaters and Tony Hawk's Underground, is that there was so much more to do. Like there was so much, like the Create-A-Skater was more in depth. The Create-A-Park was more in depth. There was creative goals. You can create your own decks. You can create your own graphics. And it was really well done. It wasn't like how how like Dreams is supposed to be touted as this great create-a tool game or whatever, and yet you go into it and you don't even know how the hell it works. It was so much more. It was so easy to learn and easy to pick up. I loved creating goals where you can create like missions in like your Create-A-Park or even in levels that already existed, like from like like your basic levels. And there were new moves that come later too that I think are cool. Even like, I don't know, it's hard to really explain, but and also Tony Hawk's Underground is the first game that introduced getting off your board, and I think that actually made the game kind of a little bit more more intuitive and more easier to control. I love that you didn't, if you didn't want to get off your board, you don't have to, but it made things so much easier to like climb to like certain spots you want to get to and then start skating. And plus it makes sense in the real world. Like in real skating, you can get off your board. That's it made it more immersive, you know what I'm saying? So obviously these games don't have that. But I kind of don't think it needs it. it's weird. It really comes down to preferences. It's like asking like me like what's my favorite movie. Like one time, like you know, you can be in the mood for one movie one day and then another movie the next day. Like that's kind of what Tony Hawk, like Tony Hawk in his prime. Like you can pick up any of those games, and there's something that's in each game that's kind of exclusive to its game that makes it makes it worth uh booting up and playing. It's hard to explain though. But I would say Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 and Tony Hawk's Underground are my favorites. Let's try to get these life preservers. Also, the multiplayer was so much more um, diverse with its like game types. There was Capture the Flag. There was King of the Hill, where you like you had control of a crown and all the skaters are trying to get you. But like, uh, basically like the more tricks they would do, the slower you would go. So it would be even more tense. And there was other game types like Firefight, where you could shoot fireballs out of your skateboard. And basically, like the bigger your combo, the bigger your fireballs. And like playing that online was amazing because like then you would basically like eliminate people. Uh, there was also like a game like a game type called Elimiscate, where it's basically like an elimination. Every like every minute, the player with the lowest score gets eliminated, and you basically wanted to be like that last person, like that last survivor, basically. There were so many cool game types like that. Like I'm not even giving it justice by like explaining all of them, but did I get these preservers or no? I didn't I? Alright. Collect the 5 preservers, nose grab the hubba gap. Okay, I can do that. 5-0 around the fountain. 5-0 around the fountain's gonna give me trouble, but because it's a really strange how it works. Retry level. Uh, I haven't skated in a while, but these games inspired me to go get a skateboard and go out on the street and skate. But I wouldn't say I'm good. I probably did a kickflip once in my life. I wasn't. I could barely even do an ollie, but I would do like a lot of like manuals and like where you balance the board, kind of like in a wheelie. Um, I think the best trick I ever did was a one-footed nose manual where basically, yeah, basically it's like let me see. I think I actually have the move here. It's basically this, except this one's one wheel. I did it with 2 wheels. That's the best trick I ever did. But no, I wouldn't call myself like a skater or anything. But I honestly like even playing this game as a remake. I actually wanted to get a skateboard again and like go to a park or something. I always wanted to like drop into a half pipe, but I feel like I would probably like break something. Okay, what am I doing? Okay, I got to get at these. Oh, the preserver I missed was over here. I see. I know where I missed it. This one, and then there's one more. Didn't you get the bonus bundle with the skateboard? No, I probably should have, but I think if I was to get a skateboard, I want it to be one where I can pick the cut like the art and uh like the custom what's it called, graphic, and I'd want it to be a skateboard that's like sponsored by like say there's a skater called named Rodney Mullen, and he's like kind of like known as like the godfather of skateboarding. He like invented the ollie. He invented like pretty much every like flatland trick he's invented. And I think he's a really cool. very inspiring person. So I feel like if I'm gonna get a board, I want to get a board where um that his company makes. But I should. It did look cool. I think Square Eye Jack got that crazy bundle. Let's try this again. We're gonna beat this game by the time this is over. By the time these 15 minutes, I promise you. Because all I have to do is nose grab this gap here. It's called the Hubba Gap. Right here. I just gotta get special so I can get some more. If when your skater's special, you get more air. Area. And 5-0 the fountain. This one always screws me up, but we'll see how it happens. Maybe they patched this because it wasn't working when I was trying it. Okay, so I did a BS 50-50. I'm supposed to do like just a 50-50. I don't know how this works. No, that's not it. No. I think it's weird. I think it's like you have to position the board a certain way instead of actually hitting a certain button prompt. Yeah, this was giving me... my cousin was actually playing this game too, and he was asking me, like, how do you do this? I think it's just strange. Okay, so how does this work? Like, how do... Because I know BS basically means backside, and FS means front side. It's basically, like, how you approach this grind, but I don't know how to make it so that I'm just doing a regular 50-50. Oh my god. If this is the one thing that's gonna screw me out... Let's try it again. No. Maybe I actually have to do the entire fountain somehow? Maybe that's... I don't know, let's see. Try again. If I don't get this, obviously I'll look it up before I play the next time. Because it's really like basically the last level of this game is a competition, and I basically just that's gonna be a breeze, and then I'd be able to start Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. Maybe I'm doing the wrong part of the fountain. I don't know. What's it say? Oh yeah, this is the 5-0. Oh, I was doing a 50-50. Is there a way to look at the controls? What's a 5-0? Gameplay options. Is there a way to actually look at what the controls are? No. My skater. Did you see that canceled Crash game? Yeah, it's something called like Crash and Burn, right? I saw like a thumbnail of that by some person. Was it like a mobile game or was it like a console game? Wait, what's a 5-0? I'm gonna look this up right now because it's weird. "5-0 around the fountain." Da, da, da. I love how you can just Google 5-0 around the fountain and like Google just knows exactly what you're talking about. Perform 5-0 triangle down. Oh, I was just pressing regular triangle. Yeah, it was being developed by Big Red Button, same people who made Sonic Boom. Huh. And when was this? Was like how recent was this? This is what I was supposed to do. Okay. I was doing 50-50 grind. Alright, that's it. That's all of them, right? We still have some time to kill, so let's... Oh, hippie bus. I love this because these two vehicles that are going around the level, which is like this hippie van and uh, like a trolley, like a tram. These were the only vehicles that were going around in the PS1 version. I like that they didn't feel the need to like fill the streets up with more cars because now you can like the PS4 is capable of that. I like that they just kept it simple and kept it true to how the games were. They did add more taxis in the downtown level, um but I feel like that kind of made sense because the whole, I don't know, when you're playing downtown Minneapolis, you kind of expect that there's going to be a lot of taxis everywhere. Yeah, I remember hearing that there was like a canceled Crash game, but I remember it being something else. Like there was another Crash game in the works. Because didn't they just like discover this? Or was it something they knew about for a while? Because I could have sworn remember hearing another game was canceled. Like Crash, like something, like for console too. Alright, we're gonna go to the next level, which is Roswell, New Mexico. Crash landed in Crash Team Racing 2010. Yeah, that's right, that's what I was thinking. Now, this is 1999, this game, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1. If you think back to like Crash Warped or Spyro 2, there's something about those games from that era that were obsessed with aliens. Whether it was like the sheep saucers in Spyro 2 or like the Area 51 motorcycle level. This Tony Hawk pretty much falls in that category where they make their last level Roswell, New Mexico, and it's supposed to have kind of this creepy vibe to it where there's a, you know, kind of like a Area 51 ness like esque feeling to it. I'll definitely get these stat points while I'm here. Oh my god, I think I have to actually... I'll show you... 2000s were a pretty edgy year for gaming. Yes, I agree. There's a lot, like... There's a lot of things that happened in the 2000s I don't think nowadays you can get away with in terms of content. There's a lot of censorship nowadays. Like you actually might notice there's no blood in this game when you fall. There's kind of like a you get like all pixelated and they kind of just get you back on the board. I kind of like that. I kind of like how it's just about getting the player back into the game quicker. But the old Tony Hawk games used to, when you bailed, blood would smear on like the pavement and stuff. I guess they didn't want to do that this time around. But at the like usually I'd be a little disappointed that they didn't include that, but I don't know. It doesn't really bother me now. I don't know why. I think I used to like it back in the day because when you're a teenager, you kind of have a little bit of bloodlust. Like, oh my god, I'm playing a game that has blood in it. Like, there was kind of a novelty to that after playing, you know, platformer games like Crash and all that. I will. Oh wow! I will give credit to Toys for Bob. I thought him saying bastard was pretty cool. It felt so in character, and it felt right too because I mean his diner is literally being burned to the ground. That was an awesome moment though. I never played I never played any of the Sonic the Hedge. I never had a Sega, so I mean I played Sonic games before, but, like at friends' house and stuff like that. But like I actually never knew that. Yeah, him saying "damn" and stuff like that. There's also like a moment in I have the PS1 Mega Man Legends, and apparently like if you go into it's such a weird moment. If you go into like one of the rooms there's this like girl, which is weird because I'm pretty sure it's his sister or his cousin, but like I guess, or maybe it's his friend or whatever. But he goes into a room and he walks in on her like naked, and like, but they don't show it obviously because it's a kids game. But it basically just shows him getting kicked out, and off screen you hear the girl saying like Mega Man, like what are you doing? Get out of here or whatever. And then like it shows him fist pump. And that, like, that, it's the strangest thing because it just makes no sense. Like, but it's something that I guess, like, kind of like those, like, Japanese type games kind of got away with those kind of like pervy little like humor moments like that. But yeah, YouTube it. YouTube Mega Man Legends. Mega Man like walks in on Roll. Like her name is Roll Roll, and it's such a strange moment because it's like a kids game, and I'm pretty sure Roll is his sister or like they're related somehow. So it doesn't even make sense that he's fist pumping like as if he like walked. It's I don't know. It's completely beyond me. But anyway, I should finish this, get this gold before time runs out here. Every time you hear that little sound effect, it's me doing a special trick, which I actually have. I have the option to choose what my special tricks are, like in my like skater profile, like options menu. Like all the tricks you see on the bottom that are like highlighted in gold are special tricks, and obviously they help your score a lot. So I like to. They say not to put it on grind tricks, but I like to put it on grind tricks and air tricks basically. Oh yeah, I should show that alien. So if you go in here, okay, so there's an alien. You know what? I'll do a third heat just to show it, because I pretty much already got the gold anyway. Your the the heat you do the worst on doesn't count, so. This was always kind of a treat. Just a weird alien, and they actually made this alien playable as an unlockable character this time around. Neat. Nice little thing. It used to be so creepy on the PS1 version though, because it was just like seeing a, I don't know. I guess maybe because you're a kid back then, but also like the pixelation of the PS1 was so creepy, like in how it was back in the day. I believe in aliens too, by the way. There's no way they don't exist. I feel like we're too stubborn and arrogant if we think we're the only species that exists in the universe. Here's a UFO. Kind of like an Area 51 room of like secret like tanks and aircraft. And there we go. Do you believe aliens have been here already? Like, have they visited us, or do you think they exist, but they just haven't we haven't crossed paths yet? Because you have to imagine there must be aliens out there that are just so far advanced at this point that they have kind of mastered space travel, that they probably have observed us in some form. But maybe that's too science fictiony. Maybe we are all just like on the same playing field when it comes to our technological advancement. But yeah, we're so stupid. We're probably like they probably just like think of us like as like you know just like we're like a like animals in a zoo. Like we're just innocent. Well, not innocent. We're actually pretty evil at our worst. But maybe they think we're still harmless even at our worst. Who knows? Anyway, that's the gold. This would be the end of the game, pretty much. It would go into a credit sequence. You would unlock Officer Dick, which was a playable character. Uh, I always enjoyed the Neversoft PS1 credit sequence because there was a lot of like messages from like the developers in it. Um, and you can tell that they worked really hard and kind of like were away from their families for a long time making these games and but like enjoyed the process of it at the same time because they really did create like the first game create like just exploded this whole genre basically. All those spin-off Matt Hoffman games and Kelly Slater surfing and uh but this is pretty much how this one ends. Next time we'll start Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. It is kind of anticlimactic how there really isn't like a story. Like Tony Hawk's Underground is the first story mode for any Tony Hawk game, but which is a pretty good story, I'd say, for especially for a skating game. But yeah, these are just standard careers. Next time we'll go to Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. In the meantime, we'll wrap it up. Uh, for anyone who wants to take it upon themselves to like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you see. Uh, that's greatly appreciated. In the meantime, I will catch you guys next time. Stay healthy. Keep a clear head and stay safe out there and keep gaming. It's been a pleasure, Pulp Entertainment. I will catch you next time. Peace, everyone.